fucking dare you?
Damn, son.
Howdy hey, my snarky friends, and welcome to the illustrious land of make-believe. A place where problems come and go like sands in a trash-filled parking lot. For these are the lies she tells herself. I'm your basement-dwelling host, Snarky Priest, and in today's Snarky session, we will be discussing the totally real, not made-up friend of Bitter Beauties, who seems to be having some relationship issues that are eerily similar to the ones that Poodles herself experienced during the Season 2 Christmas shit show finale of 2023.
I gave my cats away for you.
Now, I know there are some skeptics out there that have made up their minds and decided that Poodles is talking about her and Sally. They are convinced that there is no way she has a friend that is going through the same situation because A, Bitter Beauty is fresh out of in real life friends, and B, it's really unusual for her to care so much about anyone but herself. And spoiler, I'm here to reinforce those theories and remind the Charmin Powder Room couple that we are not ignorant, no matter how much they want to believe that we are. I mean, okay, listen. Hey, are there some ignorant, underdeveloped, bedbound losers like Teardrop in this community? Yeah, probably. However, most of us are intelligent, clear-minded thinkers that look at things from the comfort of reality. Now, I want to pivot for just a second to give a personal shout-out to that garbage human being. Hey, Teardrop, I know you're listening. Can I just say that in my humble opinion, you're a pet-abusing, trauma-dumping, ugly funkin' cunt. Alrighty, lids up, potty bots, it's time to roll out. But before we take the plunge and get this potty started, if you like today's video, hit that thumbs up button and consider subscribing to my channel. Also, remember to hit that bell notification so you can be a part of all the fun fuckery and snarky good times we're gonna have. Okay, so as many of you know, Poodles, the queen of denial, floated her way onto a live stream the other day and told us the knee-gripping tale and really tried to convince the VI idiots that she has a friend. I mean, that Sally cheated. Dang it, let's try this again. Poodles came online and pathologically changed her mind through a story about her friend that was cheated on by her longtime boyfriend. And contrary to the rumors, this totally real, not close to home topic has absolutely nothing to do with Sally cheats on chicks and his fecal fantasies. And yes, I know what you're all thinking, but please indulge me for just a minute and let's play along, shall we? Okay, so get this. Based off Moodle's recollections, her friend inadvertently found her man's phone while she was looking for it, and she completely flipped out over seeing some big-tittied bitches messaging her man. Now, listen, during this storytelling, Moodles lets us know that her friend wanted her expert advice on what she should do. You know, since this dude has a history of cheating and her non-fictional, imaginary friend knows that Moodles went through something very similar with her handsomest husband that she is still totally in love with, even though she said this.
Yeah, I agree, Stephanie. Because why do men have to watch porn when they can do it with you? Because think of it this way, like engaging in like activity, like sexual activity, like it's pleasurable and everything, but like it takes a lot more energy than just like being by yourself and getting it done quickly, you know? That's like my thought on it.
Oof, I don't know about you, but I can just smell the romance through the screen. Now, since Moodles is so unaccustomed to intelligent thoughts, she asked her non-imaginary fictional friend if she could ask her totally credible, completely sane audience of bedbound trauma dumpers, and this non-hypothetical, unreal friend agreed to let her run it by her subs of gutter-luging troglodytes, for monetary gain, as long as Moodles kept her personal information offline. She was totally cool with it, which to no one but her seems like a totally normal thing to do when you want to keep your personal life personal around a person that doxes people as a sport on her heavily reacted to YouTube channel. Okay, by putting logic and reason aside for a second, we're able to get into the empty headspaces of her average viewer and, listen objectively as if this was in fact a story about her real yet non-existent friend. And as we hear more about this guy that isn't Sally, we learn that not only does he have a history of cheating, his ass copped an attitude about her and her multiple personalities being nosy and snooping through his stuff. Now, clearly, hearing this story from her very close, non-mythical yet elusive friend, it touched a spot deep in her squishy soft parts. It touched her so personally that she exhausted herself researching random things online. She goes on to tell her chat that she feels drained and weak. And at that moment, thankfully, Sally pops into the chat and makes things extra awkward by verbalizing his unsolicited dumb shit opinions. She barely makes eye contact with his comments and continues on about how her friend is extremely attractive and could leave this loser anytime she wants. To travel the world, living the good life, meeting hot, sexy scam artists all over the world. And while some of us basement-hating losers might be thinking it's implausible for her to have friends, I think the bigger question is, why does she think that we believe her? We know that unlike her second waistline, she's slim on Real Friends. And, much like her third waistline, she's big on lies. The idea that she could come online with these mini cock and bullshit lies is so outside the normal human thought process. But it's the story she's trying to peddle. And, I'm gonna give her an F for failure, an A for absolutely epic failure. And look, I don't have time or the patience to go through that entire fucking word. So rest assured, everything ends in failure. At this point, I found myself giving no shits. So I decided to start skipping ahead, to see if I could find any. And spoiler, I did not. But I did land on this gem of a clip.
Sounds like this is about you. No, I'm just asking advice, for my friend.
I died laughing. The fact that somebody in her chat says this sounds like it's about you, and she makes a strained smirk of who, me, in her best effort to deflect from the angry gravy bubbling just below the surface. The crazy look in her small eye says, if Sally even sniffs in another bitch's direction, I'ma go feral on his ass and eat all of his snacks. And if I didn't know the outcome of this chaotic chamber pot that is her life, I would honestly say that he and the pantry were in serious danger. In fact, I would bet my last roll of Quilted Northern that he has spent the last couple of days weeping into her pit of despair, trying to manipulate her enough into believing that it was nothing, just an old client of his. And sure, yeah, he deleted any viable proof that his chat was completely platonic. He was, however, able to find a random picture of the big titty client and her husband that could have also been any other fucking man on this planet. Her dad, uncle, brother, second cousin, 3 branches removed. That is all she needed to believe that this incredibly hot woman in a tight t-shirt decided to use that as her online avatar for work in an extremely modest country. Okay, I guess, but then I ask you, why would he delete the messages? There would be 100% no reason to hide a perfectly safe platonic work connection from your wife, would there? Now, she goes on to say that she believes the once a cheater, always a cheater statement is true for men. And, that seems a little sus to me. Sally cheated on her and he promised never to do it again. Is she implying that Sally could cheat in the future? Does she believe him to be cheating now? Yes. Yes, she is. And that, in my opinion, is the biggest tell with her. She wants to seem completely unbothered, but you can see it oozing out of her. She wants so badly to just out that useless burden and tell the world that he's a cheating commode kisser, and she's fed the fuck up with being shit on, both figuratively and literally. And she wants him to know that she is willing to tarnish his meager role in this shit show of hers. She is instantly triggered again by someone in her chat saying, from the outside looking in, you can see the physical disgust in her tone. Her thoughts are racing almost as fast as her friend's boyfriend was when he was wiping his 2 phones of his giggity before she waddled her way home. Alrighty, so she says in that clip that if it were her, she would lose all trust. And that makes me feel like this is 100% directed at Sister Sally. It sounds like she's talking directly to him through the extra cringy but hilarious situation, and I was living for the moment. But our girl has dug her sugar hooves into the rice and given her ultimatum, and based on her highly rejected update video, she let us know that he is accepted. Her friend's boyfriend, that is, and they've decided to work things out over daily takeouts and humbly request you butt the fuck out and never speak of it again, which is going over like a fart in Kuwait, and people are letting her know they aren't buying this fictional friend toilet tale she's trying to flush away. And I have to agree with these people. Look, Moodles, it's time for you to take off your septic colored glasses and look around. We all know the truth, and trust me, it can set you free. Seriously, and with some of my sarcasms set aside, come clean and free yourself of your burden. At this point, all you're doing is giving us reaction channels something to talk about.
Tell her to dump him. I've seen cheaters many times and it's never worth it to them. Especially if they have no shared assets, no investments, a home, kids, run away. Yeah. She's a pretty independent woman and can just leave whenever she wants.
Now, I know we mentioned this before, but this statement was a key piece of information for me. She says it twice in her first live before this one. In that live, Sally was busy doing God knows what with God knows who on which gosh dang couch, and while yes, in the first live she sounded like an utter fucking moron, calling herself an independence woman, and while I'm not sure if the two are synonymous, what I can say is they sound the same. I also find it an odd choice of words to use in this situation. You bragged about being one, and then only a few hours later used a similar sounding word that might mean the same thing, and I find it very telling of your inability to make up scenarios. I mean, look, Let's be real. The only things you can make up in that wasteland of regret are bouncer bar fights, well-hung guys, and happily ever afters. Look, I don't know what's more pathetic. You believing that Frigidum-Dum wasn't slippering her way around Chef McShitty Titty's DMs, flaunting her deep freeze long before he moved in with her, or that Sally Shits on Chicks isn't looking to replace your fungal jungle with a more bountiful beauty. You guys let me know in the comments below which nightmare is worse than the other. Alrighty, so I realized that I'm only 17 minutes and 28 seconds into this 2-hour and 55-minute soul-sucking live of the 3Ds in dating, dread, denial, and happily little delusions. And after what seemed to be mere moments of regret and disappointment in my life decisions, I decided to press on while prancing proudly on the fast forward button, and I landed on this.
I hate men. Like, I hate them. I seriously hate men. Like, voila. I can't believe that, like, there's people out there that just lie. Like, just look at your face and lie to you. Like,
Moodles, you're talking about men cheating in a tone that sounds extra personal. I fucking can't, but let me try. So if you're suggesting that your friend's partner no longer finds her attractive, and we understand that you're framing this through your hypothetical alter ego, then why on earth would you pick your nose online with your husband watching? I would think that you would want to be more of a demure lady with beauty and grace to remind your cheating asshole of a husband what he married, and that other bitches could never be as lovely as the heavily filtered version you see in the mirror. But hey, what do I know? I'm just on the outside looking in. All right, paddling right along. One thing I noticed, no matter where I paused in this unnecessarily long live stream, she was lost in thought, gazing out into the trash-filled parking lot, realizing that this is her life. From now on until the flusher stops flushing, she's a queen upon her porta-potty throne of murky blue water lies. She knows that this is all she's worth, that this is all she will ever be worth to him, a person he met on a locally global dating site and convinced in 3 days to move, marry, and mother his useless ass. Alrighty, that's it for me. I may watch more and drop a part deuce, but we'll just have to wait and see. I'm not sure how many more shitty puns I have left to give. Thanks for watching. Stay snarky. Moodles, you gullible gunt. This third little strike should have been your first clue to run home. Look, from one person that cares to another person that absolutely gives no shits, I know you want to live in denial with this dreadfully dim illusion, but facts are he is a cheating piece of flaming dog shit wrapped in a tiny box, covered in razor burn. And while I personally think you should stop, drop, and roll to put it out, I also think that you crushing Sally in a fit of rage will end in a prison bees. But hey, you do you, and we'll enjoy the shit show from our second story basements, watching you climb to the tallest spots on the top of Mount Fuck Off.
Fuck you.